We Repair. So today we are working on a Samsung Gear S3 Classic. This is my favorite go-to watch, but I've unfortunately damaged the LCD, as you can see at the top of the screen. It's missing a notch and it doesn't look as healthy as it does, or it did previously. So this watch has been pretty flawless from day one and has served me well. Unfortunately, at the moment I'm using a Google Watch that I'm not so happy with, and I do want to move back to this little monster. So today we're going to work through the process. It's quite straightforward. I have already bought the replacement. Unfortunately, it's the metal surround and the screen, as you're about to see. So you can buy the LCD separately, but I'm not sure how easy the process is to actually replace it. So today we're just going to work through and replace the whole metal frame and the LCD as one. Embarrassingly, I have had some issues with audio, so I'm working on a voiceover for the whole video on this one, so apologies if it's not quite as clear as it normally would be. So first thing we have to do is turn it off, and then we can work on undoing the back and removing the back cover. It is glued in place, and it's also held in with 4 screws. And they are Tri-Wing 00 if I remember rightly, but I will post the tool down in the chat so you guys can see that and you know what you need to use to open it up. So first thing we do is undo the 4 screws, and once we've done that we can grab a pry tool and we can work the back off. This one, as I say, has been opened previously. I have done a battery replacement on it, hopefully linked in the top right hand corner shortly, and that's quite a simple, straightforward process. I've loved this watch and had it since new, so really don't want to live without it. You do need quite a fine pry tool to get this back off, and you will just have to work it. I've undone this before, so my adhesive is a bit loose. There you go, just as you see, you can just work it around the edge and eventually it will release the back frame. And it does just pop off, there's no connectors or anything holding it down. So there you go, as you see it's released. Next thing we need to do is disconnect the connectors. There are 3 of them on the back. One is for the buttons on the side, and the other 2 are for the screen assembly, and I'm assuming the digitizer. So they are the cables that I will point out in just a second. So there we go, those are our 3 cables that we need to undo. Sorry, rather, I undo all 3 in the video, but you actually only need to undo the black one and the gold one. The other one can stay actually connected to the frame. You don't need to disconnect, as I've done in this video, because we aren't going to unseat them. Now I do attempt to lever this out with the pry tool, with a plastic pry tool, but unfortunately it does require something a bit more sturdy, a metal pick or a metal tool, pair of tweezers, that sort of thing. And then the actual whole, should we call it a black puck, will come out in one go, and it will release the entire inner workings of the body of the watch. It does come out in one piece, as you'll see in a moment. So again, just trying not to pry where the buttons are, and then it will release. The cables do actually thread through a hole in the back of the sort of the black puck that we're about to remove. So you'll see in a second there, just on the right hand side, those cables release all the way through, and they do take a bit of wiggling to get out. So anyway, that's our screen completely freed, and that's the battery, the assembly, the motherboard, and everything attached in one piece. So that can be just placed to one side, and then the screen can now be swapped. Now the cables do need to be threaded back through. This is quite a fiddly job, and as you'll see in a moment, it does take me quite a significant amount of time to do, so I will speed that up for the purposes of this video, so you don't have to listen to me rambling on and watch me taking ages to try and do that. So once those cables have been threaded back through, next thing you have to do is push that black puck down quite firmly. It does take a little bit of force to get it back into place, and then the cables can just simply be reconnected. It's very straightforward, so you should have all three connected there, the blue one, the gold one and the black one, going to our power volume buttons on the side, the buttons on the side of the device for home and back, and then also the gold one connecting your LCD and the black one connecting your digitizer. You're then going to put the back on, making sure the two little gold plates line up with the two prongs on the motherboard, and not those bottom ones that are in the bottom right of the device. They're not the correct ones, and it will just click back down. I don't go swimming or anything with this device, so I've not bothered to replace the adhesive. Obviously, if you're going to get it wet, then I would consider giving the adhesive a clean and making sure that you do that, so it's more sealed than it would have been. Next thing to do, obviously, flick the device back on and give it a really good test. In my case, the screen was not brand new, it was a second-hand one off of eBay. I think the screen itself cost me about £14 or £15. It wasn't particularly expensive, and was very straightforward to get hold of and replace, as you've seen. And then the only last thing to do is just to give it a quick test through. And that's about it. It's a very straightforward process, shouldn't take you any more than about 15 minutes, and just requires a couple of really simple tools. You can buy kits off of somewhere like Replace Base, and that does include all the tools. In my case, I already had them, so say tri-wing screwdriver and a pry tool is about all you need. Same pry tool you use the back from to get the back off. Sorry, should do the job to actually lever the sort of black puck out, as it were. And fundamentally, that's it. Very straightforward screen replacement. Few minutes, and you've got a watch that looks as good as new, that you can just reattach your bands to and move on. But anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you found it useful. Please leave me a comment. I do try and respond to as many as I can and give as much feedback as I can. And yeah, if you've had a success, as I say, drop some notes, or if you've got problems, drop some notes, and I'll do my best to answer and respond. I do post quite regularly on the iFixit forums as well. So hopefully, yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.